Hello, everybody. Yesterday there was a small bit of theatre at the door of the White House. And you won't believe it. Donald Trump opened the door himself. Naturally, that came with a few strange stories. One story about an image he had posted, one story about the Pope, and of course about the UFC fights. Actually, that is the most important story. I'll read them out for you. Let me know what you think of them in the comments. I tend to hear them as stories. Anyway, let's start with the first one about that AI image. Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor and had to do with Red Cross, as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And, only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better. And I do make people better. I make people, a lot better. Yeah, right. He makes people, a lot better. It's just a bit unfortunate that I don't really believe it. His second story was about the Pope. The Pope had written, "Enough of the idolatry of self and money. Enough of the display of power. Enough of war. True strength is shown in serving life." And of course, Donald didn't agree with that, so he felt the need to respond, and this is what he said. I don't, because Pope Leo said things that are wrong. He was very much against what I'm doing with regard to Iran, and you cannot have a nuclear Iran. Pope Leo would not be happy with the end result. You have hundreds of millions of people dead, and it's not going to happen. So I can't. I think he's very weak on crime and other things, so I'm not. I mean, he went public. I'm just responding to Pope Leo, and you know his brother is a big MAGA person, and he's a great guy, Louis, and I said, I like Louis better than I like the Pope. No, you have to have law and order in our country, and that's what we have now. We have the lowest crime numbers we've had in a long time, despite the fact that many criminals were allowed into our country, but we've gotten a lot of them out. We've done a great job on crime. So, we have the lowest murder rate in 125 years since 1900. The lowest murder rate. So, we believe strongly in law and order. And he seemed to have a problem with that. So, there's nothing to apologise for. The most important story is what happened during the celebration of the 250th anniversary of the United States. The UFC fights took place right in front of the White House. This is what he had to say about it. I've been involved with a lot of big events. I've never had an event that's had more interest than the UFC fight that we have right at the front door right there. They're going to start building about a 4,500-seat arena, and then in the back at the Ellipse, we're going to have maybe 100,000, 50 to 100,000 people. I guess they're building tremendous stages, and they're going to have massive screens of the fight, and it's, very popular sport. But I have never been involved because of the White House and everything. A lot of reasons for it. But we're having a fight at the White House on June 14th, and we're going to have an arena built right at the front door. So, that's it for now. Thank you for watching this stories. Let me know in the comments what you think of this concept. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more unhinged comments of Donald Trump. I'll see you soon. Bye!